Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode playthrough. We're in the quarry map. I'm driving the Dan with the Aramatsu. So this is basically my forestry rig. Dan with long log configuration, and then the Aramatsu with medium log, body and trailer configuration. And bringing them through from the quarry in convoy to get some logging done in the Drownlands. And normally I would position this off cam, but I thought it was an interesting enough drive that I should capture it. See how we do. I've driven down this road in the Tatterin, so there's nothing special about the road really. There's a big old swampy hole there, so I'll go around this side of it and hope that I can maneuver these through without a problem. Usual problem when you're winching something is that you don't have access to the winch for your own maneuverability. So it kind of depends on whether I can get a tight enough corner and traction. The Dan has got about 3/4 of a tank of fuel. The forest is not far off empty, to be honest, so I may have a problem even just getting to the other map, but we'll see. I'm almost certain that I'm going to have to deploy another fuel bunker in order to finish Tamir. I do have the engine running on the Forester because I figured that the Dan would struggle too much if it had to provide the pulling power for both vehicles. But it's an area of the map that I've not been to in the episodes before. I came through off cam with the Tatterin, so there's trees down over the road here. They look a bit more than your normal trees, but I'm going to try it to try and avoid what looks like a more muddy route down that side. So it's just whether or not I get stuck on these trees or whether I can bully my way past the end of them. They kind of look like the sort of trees that might cause you trouble. Driving off the road will cause you trouble as well. Not too bad. And then I don't think the gateway's too far up, this little lane. But yeah, just to briefly on the map, this is the southmost Drownlands gateway from Quarry. And we're doing logging on the south side of Quarry while we as the first step, which is why we come this way. There we go, there's the gateway up ahead. Still got the foresters, still got both trailers. Into Drownlands. The cool hologram effect, because the two vehicles are superimposed. And then we're going to come through to this logging location. We're going to do up and running as the first one, which is 3 trips of long logs. And I can get 1 batch here at this logging station, but it's a limited cargo job. So I'm just going to follow my way down this snaky road into that logging camp. Use the Aramatsu to load up the Dan with 1 batch, and then the Dan can go off and do its delivery. But I probably will have to bring some fuel to it because I don't have enough fuel to probably get done and get back up to this next logging station. I know the Aramatsu doesn't have enough fuel. So I think I'm going to have to bring the fuel trailer down. Keep it on a fairly short winch. Can I get away without running the engine? I'll try it. Nah, it doesn't make sense. Where it's... If it's a big truck pulling a much smaller vehicle, then you can get away with not using the engine, I think. But where the two vehicles are not far off the same bulk, I think the front one would just struggle too much to get the traction to pull two lots. That's the engine just gone off, so I think that's the Aramatsu has now just run out of fuel. I heard its engine shut off. So we'll see how far we get. I'm probably too far away. Yeah. I'm too far away to put some of the Dan's fuel in the Aramatsu. Put some in there because otherwise I'll be there all day trying to tow this. There we go. Just shift a bit across. Rehook the trailer, rehook the tow rope. And let's try and get to the logging station. There we go. It's asking a bit much for the Dan to pull the thing all the way. I'm going to avoid that corner because it looks like a boggy mess. So I think I'll bring the Fleet Star, as I mentioned in the last episode. Fleet Star is retained in Michigan with a full fuel tank and a full add-on fuel tank, which is, I can't remember, I think maybe 240 litres is the Fleet Star's fuel tank. And then I think 1800 litres for the add-on. So if I brought that through, that would, I'm pretty sure that would be enough fuel to then finish out Tamir. And at the end of that, I think I would probably sell the Fleet Star because I just don't imagine using it again. Why would I put myself in the Fleet Star when I've got vehicles like the Azov? Alright, there we are. Target in sight. Trying to stay left a little bit to avoid the mud. Keep some wheels on the grass, I've got a bit better traction. So that'll do for the Dan. Engine off. Jump into the Forester. Probably drop a trailer here. I will fill this up with medium. I'll load up medium logs into that trailer, but I'll do that after the Dan is gone and out of the way. This is a bit of an awkward position, isn't it? I'm going to have to move. I have to request the logs. Which fuel have I got left? Enough to load up, probably. So request here. Long logs onto the loading platform. There's only 3 available. So that's 1 batch. So 3 logs available. And then move this back so that I can load those logs. Crane mode. I love this crane vehicle. I know I've said that before. I'll get these loaded, then I'll think about fuel. I only want to pick one up. It's not always easy to do that. I'll see if I can get the back one. That's it. And then try and load it without dropping it. Got a bit of a precarious grip on it, haven't I? But it's that rotate that's quite sensitive. Is that about right? I think that's about right. Oh, that went too well. Right, turn that engine off. Restore the crane. I'm down to 45 litres, which means I could load another batch. But Dan has only got 69 litres of fuel in it. So let's just pack those. Some logs are placed unevenly. Okay, what does that mean? Are they too far? They're too far forward, aren't they? Okay, I thought that went too well. They looked good to my eye, but I think I've done them all too far forward. got to do on it. Yeah. Okay. So, apart from the fact that I haven't got enough fuel, I'm now ready to deliver those long logs down to the sawmill. So while there's a little bit of daylight left, and there's not a lot of it, let's get this load of logs down through here and into the sawmill. In fact, actually, why don't I just take some fuel out of the Aramatsu? Because I know I've got to bring a fuel bunker to it anyway. Give the Dan the best chance. Stay out of that sticky mud, because I got the Azov stuck in there, so the Dan's got no chance with these logs on. Yeah, I'm just thinking on my feet a little bit about the fuel machinations, because I've got some fuel on this map, but not enough. But I've also got vehicles on this map that have got a bit of fuel that I can distribute to kind of avoid how much I've got to drive around in a Fleet Star bunker. So let's get these long logs delivered first. I do like this Dan, but it makes me ask myself the question: if I'm in this Dan doing logging, what do I do with my Pacific P12 that I used in Michigan for logging? Will I ever deploy the Pacific to another region for logging purposes, or will I always use newer, different trucks? Is the Dan better than the Pacific? I don't know that I would say it is. I think the Pacific was an absolute boss at logging. The Dan is just different. But I want to work out. There's not really any point in my mind having multiple vehicles that are capable of the same task, because it's a single player game and I'm on my own driving. I can't drive two logging vehicles at the same time. So I'm just asking myself whether, and asking you guys as well, whether I probably need a bit of a clear out of my truck fleet. And if there's anything that I'm really confident I won't use, notwithstanding there's a little bit of an emotional attachment there to that Pacific because it is an absolute beast, but I don't know that I would use it instead of the Dan, because if I did, why don't I sell the Dan and bring the Pacific here instead? And that might come down to, if the Dan can take snow chains, I know the Pacific can't. Maybe this is a better logging vehicle for snow maps, but the Pacific might be better for mud. And that might be justification to keep both. I don't know. Wake up. We're here. That's the first batch. So all three batches of this activity need to be brought here, but you pick them all up from different places. So the next lot, there's another 3 logs, and it is only limited. There's another 3 logs, so 1 batch from the storage zone. Best route for me to get there from this location is probably here. That's probably the best route for this truck to do that job. And then down here, the Aramatsu has only got 3 medium logs to load, and then go up to meet at the same place. And there's a fuel tanker there, so maybe I'll leave the Fleet Star for a minute. I've also got the Tatarin. Tatarin's got some fuel in its roof rack. So the Tatarin may be quite low on fuel itself. Make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah, come out the back. Lights on, sorry about that. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Move this down. To loading distance. Engine on. I can use the Tatterin to request the cargo. So the long logs are all gone. There are 4 medium logs. Loading platform is blocked. So fuel, refuel, roof rack into the Forester. All of it. Which means now I've got the Tatterin has got 86 litres left. Which I think is enough to get back up towards the central area. So I'm going to jump into the Forester, move out of that loading area. And this is where somebody pointed out in comments that the thing about carrying loose logs unpacked, this particular loading bay has 4 units of medium logs for cargo left. So I can put 1, 2, 3 in the cargo bay, and that's going to leave 1 more in the loading platform. So after I've loaded these 3, and I will put them into the trailer, I should carry the other one loose in the back of the Aramatsu. I mean, you can't pack it because it's 1 log. You need to have 3 in there to pack it. But carrying it loose because, according to the comment, there's 4 here and 2 at the other site, so 6 total. And you need, so you need the one from here to complete the batch at the other site. If I understood the comment properly, anyway. Which isn't a given, which isn't necessarily true, but that's how I read the comment. Anyway, let's get these in the trailer. Swinging around like crazy, aren't they? Change truck. I will request the final one, and then that's the end of the cargo from this zone. Change back into the Forester. Shame you can't pick those logs up off the floor. And then I'm going to loose carry this one. I've never done this before, and we talked the other day about whether sticking like 9 long logs in the back of a semi-trailer and then loading it and packing it at the destination, whether that's cheating. No, it's not cheating because it's a single-player game, and you can't cheat in a single-player game. Whether it's cheating, whether it's an exploit, all of that stuff. We talked about that, but I think and I wouldn't do that personally. That's a choice. I don't judge other people that want to do that, but it doesn't appeal to me to do that. Can't pack that. But here I am. I'm going to move this one log, or I'm going to try. It might fall out because it's not packed, but I'm going to try and move this one log using that method and see how I do. So I've got to get this truck now. Where's the delivery location? Just let me indulge myself. So Verona 100% complete, Tiger Royal 100% complete. Let's have a look at where these have to be delivered. These have to go to the farm. Okay, so all I've got to do with this particular batch I've got so far is turn around and come back out here. So let's just cancel that. I'm moving the Aramatsu. I'll move the Dan up to the same location afterwards, but I'm moving the Aramatsu to start with. Got to get attached, packed, and turned around. But that's this loading location basically done. There's nothing else we could get here now. Let's get these packed so they can't move. And then look at turning the train around. Oh, not enough logs. What does that mean? Oh, I can't pack the trailer because I've got something in the body of the truck. That's annoying. Why won't it let me pack the trailer? I'm burning fuel that I haven't got to spare here. I'm going to have to load the truck. I don't understand the mechanic of what they're trying to ask me to do. I've got valid cargo in the trailer. Let me pack it, please. Look, if you got a normal cargo, you can load the you can pack the trailer even if like the ASOV is empty. You can still pack the trailer that's on it. So why are logs different?
One eternity later.
I think this is a dumb... I love this truck. I think the way that they've coded the log loading behavior is just silly. Well, they're all green. I bet it still won't pack. Right, okay. So they've packed, and there's one loose log now in the trailer. I think that was they made that much harder than it needs to be for what I was trying to achieve there. I don't see any reason for it to have been that difficult. I'm bound to lose that log. The reason I wanted to pack the trailer and not the truck is that I thought I'm less likely to lose the loose log. So the next thing is, can I get that trailer turned around without a complete drama? No. Oh, I keep hitting escape today. I don't know what's the matter with me. So I haven't got a lot of fuel in the Tatooine, so I don't want to mess around with it. But I think I've got enough to get to the central base, if not all the way to the garage. Just get this trailer back on its wheel. Right, trailer, stop messing about. Aramatsu, back onto that trailer and try and get yourself back up through this back out over this grass, probably to avoid the worst of that gully. It seems a bit weird that I'm carrying one log loose, but if this is the way if the game basically forces you to do it on this map, I don't think it forces you on this map, because you could get unlimited medium logs from the railway station up near the garage, and therefore you have a choice. I do wonder whether I should use, for the medium log deliveries, just use the Aramatsu as a loader, and then have maybe the Taiga or something do the actual deliveries, because the Aramatsu is quite slow and there are 3 trips to do for delivery. I won't be finishing logging in this episode, for sure. Logging is going to be a 2-episode job. I'd be further ahead if I'd have known that I wouldn't be able to pack that trailer. I've spent way too much time transferring the logs from the trailer to the truck body, but I haven't really wasted much other time. I would also been further ahead if I'd have staged these 2 at that loading location rather than driving in from the quarry with them. But again, I don't regret that, because I thought it was an interesting drive to capture. And I haven't done any practice runs on this stuff, so yeah, mistakes will be made. It's a funny little thing to drive, isn't it? It is a fun truck. And I find this crane better to operate than the one that goes on as an add-on onto normal trucks. I don't know whether it's just that the grip is bigger, it seems a bit more substantial. It also feels like it's got better reach and maybe better lift. Oh, I'm out of fuel. That's why it's copping and spluttering and farting a bit. I've run out of fuel. 9 litres. And I've got 20% in that one. So 400 litres. Well, the one thing I know I need to do is get the Dan here to load up. Let's do it. Fuel is going to be the Achilles heel, I think. And again, I kind of anticipated that, which is why I've been talking last episode as well about bringing through the Fleet Star. And if I was sensible, I would have staged these 2 logging trucks at the loading location and deployed the Fleet Star and moved it into position as well to make a nice smooth episode. But then smooth episodes aren't as much fun, are they? You guys would rather see me working it out as I go along, I think. I hope. Because these are the challenges you will face in your own hard mode playthroughs. There wouldn't be any point in me doing a hard mode playthrough but then calculating everything to the final point and then running a perfect set of missions and never running into any hardship or having to have any decisions go wrong on me. That wouldn't be realistic for hard mode. So hopefully, I'm trying to justify myself now why I'm making mistakes in my gameplay, but hopefully you agree that this is representative of other people's experiences in playing hard mode for this game. You have to work this stuff out. And possibly fuel logistics is the only actual hard bit of hard mode. Now, once you've got enough money to not be in a permadeath situation of being like unrecoverable in the early game, you could easily have been unrecoverable with a truck on its roof. You can't afford to recover it. You haven't got another truck to help recover it, and there's nothing you can do to earn money to get yourself out of it, and you'd have to delete the save and start again. But it only takes 2 or 3 episodes in my terms, but 2 or 3 hours of gameplay to get out of that permadeath scenario and have a couple of trucks and be relatively safe. So then fuel logistics is the real challenge, because repair points aren't particularly expensive to buy, but fuel availability and fuel costs are quite high. So that route I just drove will be the same route that I expect to take back in the other direction, with at least the next lot of long logs. Right, I'm going to dive in and fill my fuel tank up. Watch me run out now, 20 meters shy of the distance to be able to use the refuel function. It's not coughing and spluttering yet though. Engine off, 26 litres left. Plenty. So fill that up. That only leaves 83 litres. Yeah, definitely gonna need the Fleet Star. Let's get back out. Put some fuel in the Aramatsu. So Aramatsu, give you some fuel. Just going to put 85 for now, so that Dan has got the best chance. Engine off. Jump into the Aramatsu. Move forward. This is quite sticky terrain, so we'll get div lock on. I managed to keep that log. I also don't know whether these logs despawn, but I don't suppose they do because they're cargo. So it's no different to having a pallet of bricks on the floor. I'm going to turn the engine off and just have a quick look. So the 3 long logs there. Oh, so there are 4 medium logs. So I didn't need to bring that loose log anyway, because there's between the 2 sites there are 8 medium logs. And if it's not divisible by 3, I don't need the surplus anyway. So I'll take 2 out of here and probably leave 2 not used from this site. Okay. We're leaving the box. I should have loaded the long logs. So, long logs on the loading platform. 1, 2, 3. And pull that forward. And the Aramatsu going to load the Dan. Which I've now got to turn around again. Abusing the trailer, but it got there. I'll probably do. Rain. Point got it in the middle. So I am a little bit worried about time, but I'm just going to retrace my steps. And I think that was as good a route as any. There's no way I fancy coming down over this gnarly stuff here. So I think that route that I used on the way here is as good as any to get from this location back to that sawmill. And then the next load will be loaded up here at the railway station. So I've got to get the Dan down through to the sawmill and then back to the loading to the station. And how much fuel have I got? 248. I think I should go in and grab Nah, I'm going to go for it. I'm definitely not going to be doing all of the logging in this episode. And I definitely am going to have to bring more fuel through from my retained vehicle storage. Stay out of that mud. Although this is mud as well, but see if it's a bit less mud. See if I can keep some momentum through this stuff. Nope. Div lock is always on. I keep forgetting this vehicle is one of those. It's a proper logging trail, this, isn't it? I wonder if they updated those two logging stations. Instead of having 4 at one and 2 at the other, they did 4 at each based on player feedback or something, since the person who made the comment did that content. Because I just checked Map Runner, and Map Runner also says it's 4 at one and 2 at the other. So I wonder if that was changed because players complained about it. But I don't see why you would have 4 plus 4, because the extra 2 are just not useful. Right, so how much fuel did I get here? Oh, so I've got 197 litres. Let's deliver these. So that's batch 2 of 3. And like I say, I've got to get the next one up here at the railway station area. So this truck now just needs to get to the railway station, and I've easily got enough fuel for that. I won't be doing that in this episode though, because I am overrunning on what I can fit in. What I am going to do real quick, because it's the last thing to do with this vehicle on this side of the map, is pull forward with that trailer, then disconnect it, gotta get back. I just realised my crane's wanging about a little bit, but that'll be fine. Get back far enough to load 2 medium logs into the loading platform. One, 2. And then position myself so that I can load the trailer. Because that will be the last cargo that I'll load at this location. And then after these 2 lots of logs are delivered, the Aramatsu will be able to go back to the garage area. Can I reach far enough forward? Yes. I sure hope so. Oh, dropped one. Hopefully that's about right. Restore the crane. Try and get that trailer attached. That was a little bit of a tactical nudge there, because I think what the log on the left looks like it might want to come back a little bit to pack properly. Lights on. And then, yeah, there are 2 more medium logs available at this location, but I'm not going to pick them up because there's no point. I can just get unlimited logs at the next loading location. Unpack, pack. Okay, that's packed both of them. Phew. What a relief, something actually worked. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to basically take all of the fuel that's left in this trailer. Engine off. 51 litres in me, and then that is that fuel carrier empty. Done. And there's nothing else I need to do with that trailer. That's not a delivery one, that's mine from Rift. So I'm ready to deliver these 2 logs into this farm location. It's about there, and the route into this location is basically down the road. And then I tested this in an earlier episode in the series, but Ace suggested coming over this saddle here rather than going through the muddy, sticky road to get around it, and it worked fine when I tested it out in another vehicle. So I'm no doubt that I can get over that in the Aramatsu. And then after this one's delivered, there are 2 more trips in there, which I have to get medium and long logs from this storage zone, which has unlimited supply. So the next job at the start of the next episode is to take the Aramatsu up and deliver these logs, and then get the Aramatsu back to the storage location. I will off cam get the Dan back to the storage location because I know it's got enough fuel. I'll move the Tatarin and Azov back up north, but that's all going to be next episode. I'm going to be leaving this one here with this cargo primed and ready to go, and I'm very confident we will need to bring through the Fleet Star to have enough fuel to finish this out. So I'm going to wrap this episode here. I will deliver these 2 lots of medium logs at the start of the next episode, and probably, well, almost certainly finish logging in the next episode. But that's enough. That's all I can fit in for this one. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope to see you in the next one. In the meantime, thank you very much and goodbye.